Hey guys, this is the reading for the week of November 21st to 28th. I will be kind of a speeded up one because there's drilling going on and I'm getting a headache and having a hard time doing the reading this week because of just the amount of jam-packedness, so I apologize. They wanted the messages from messages from the fairies and the Colette Baron Reid, I always forget this one, the Enchanted Map. So here we go. They did 4 each. It's kind of interesting. So in the beginning of the week, we got Happily Ever After, and we got Protecting Your Treasure. The Happily Ever After is pretty clear. We have some good news for us in the beginning of the week. It feels like Thanksgiving might go really smooth for some people. They've been planning and trying to do some healing. And it sounds like that's worked out. Just give me one sec, because I just want to make sure. Sometimes when I read these things, I hear something or see something. Yeah, this is what they're talking about. So even though your family may challenge you and annoy you, they're talking about loyalty with this card. Loyalty. So protect it. Protect your family. Protect those ties that matter, because later on your effort is going to matter, is what I'm hearing. It doesn't feel like it because it feels like you've been efforting and you've been trying and trying and trying, and it feels like they're just kind of spitting on you or don't get you, and then they just kind of make fun of you. I know I can hear this from a lot of you and I can feel it, and I'm right there with you, but they're saying keep it up because that treasure, if you're cherishing them, they're going to notice that. That's what I'm getting with this. Okay. With the middle of the week, there's 2 different things. It's kick up your heels, again, more celebrating, and then wide open. The wide open, it's like you're wide open and you're receiving, is what I'm getting with this. You're receiving, and it's lots of gifts. Physical gifts, your gifts are opening, you're wide open, and it's blooming and it's blossoming. This was kind of in line with what we had seen for the year reading, where Dr. Virtue and I both got that at the end of the year it was like things just really fall into place, kind of kick in, and things just kind of move. We might get some real big movement with things that really matter to you, and you're going to feel more powerful, is the sense I'm getting. Hang on one more second, because I have to see what else the 42 means. Yeah, and opportunities, that's what they're talking about. Your voice needs to be expressed. So for those of you who tend to kind of not speak up, speak up. They've said this before. Speak up. And this includes the writing. If you've been wanting to write a piece, an editorial piece, say something, present at a meeting, there was fear because you weren't sure you'd be heard, respected, honored, appreciated. Do it anyway, is what I'm hearing. Do it anyway and expect to be appreciated, expect to be honored. Just tell yourself you're treasured some way. It needs to be said. Something comes of it, is what I'm getting. Some improvements you hadn't expected. That's what I'm hearing. So do it. Now this is kind of interesting, and this sort of makes sense, but okay, I'll show you what's going on. They're saying quiet time. So after all the frenzy of the Thanksgiving Black Friday, piece, which always happens every year, there's a metamorphosis, a powerful one. Somehow something for you, and it's funny, Jennifer Hoffman again, it's funny how we kind of work in unison. She said something about the veil lifting and people seeing things more clearly. I agree. I think people have gotten more blunter because I just don't have the patience to kind of sugarcoat it or be as diplomatic as they were. I've noticed people just kind of getting to the point more. I think things are transforming. People are seeing things more for what they are. You're blossoming and you're transforming. Those of you who remember how they kept telling us we were sensitive, and some of us wondered what we were almost sick of hearing it. They weren't kidding. With some things, it's like some of you who weren't even allergic to certain things before, you might be kind of sensitive. I'll give it an example. I wasn't sensitive. I wasn't bothered by Dove soap. I now cannot use it, and I have to use organic soap only because I'll actually get really quite a reaction now. There's a metamorphosis on the inside. There's a metamorphosis on the physical level because of the amount of spiritual work, but it leads to powerful things. Just remember that. And this is a little troubling. actually. Self-reliance is okay. Self-reliance is a good thing because it means we can depend on ourselves because we're going to feel somehow challenged or feel like we have to somehow put forth more effort to get. And it almost feels like money, but it also feels like we also have to support ourselves. Maybe a friend isn't getting us or can't support us emotionally, and we have to kind of do this for ourselves. And for those of you who've been meditating and praying and kind of really building a relationship with God or the divine or whoever you believe in, you're going to feel self-reliant. Okay, so that would explain the card, but it's still a painful kind of card to look at. It's coming apart. So there may be some coming apart. There may be some divisions, and I'm trying to understand if these are permanent or temporary or both, or hang on just a second. Yeah. I'm hearing everything is a dance. So in this moment, it's going to feel like you're gonna have some people in your life that things feel like they're coming apart. I guess is the better word to put it. There's going to be some space. You won't see them as often. You won't talk as often. There won't be as much connection. I hesitate to always say permanent because I feel like things come around again. That's just the pattern I've noticed over the years. It's going to feel permanent, though. I got news for you. It really will. It's a coming apart, and then the other thing is they're saying you guys may be feeling you're coming apart on the inside because of what's happening, because of the amount of changes that have happened, the rate they've happened, the way time feels like it's sped up. A lot of people I've noticed have commented to me how they feel like it's sped up. I agree. I really do think it has. I just constantly just say, give me enough time to do what I need to do because I swear it's going by a little faster. But if you can ask them to keep you together and then ask them that if there's any kind of ruffled feathers to make it smoother or easier, make those transitions easier, that might help you. And then this won't be so painful. And then this won't feel so final. I'm not getting a sense. I mean, see, the weird thing is they're saying some are final, some aren't. So that doesn't help us because we have so many relationships. It could mean a lot of different things. So that's the final piece of that. So it's quite a week. The week starts off really strong and positive, and then it leads to more reflective, and then in a way almost kind of like a challenge for us. But we, of course, persevere because that's what we do. Let's go to the prayer. Okay. Dear God, angels, ascended masters, guides, everyone who watches over us and protects us and loves us, thank you for everything you've given us. Thank you for your love and support up to this point. We're very excited for the next powerful step for all of us. We ask that everyone heal, the economy improves, all governments get along together, all people get along together, and that people who aren't doing well feel the push to improve themselves. We ask for help to manifest our wonderful big dreams, and that those dreams don't feel so big, and that we're able to feel powerful and able to do those steps, and to break those dreams down so that we know what steps to do. Please provide us with the resources, the people, the wonderful opportunities, and please help us with making the pain seem minimal, and please comfort us during those times. And please help us receive love, blessings, joy, prosperity, miracles. Please help us send love to everyone we meet and help heal wherever we go. And please help us, remind us to connect with you at all times, and we will do so. We will constantly feel the joy of miracles. Okay, guys. So that was it. Have a good week. I will see you next week. Let's just see where the button is. Of course I can't.